this is your website, it's finished. I'll be doing a few tweaks over the next few weeks, and certainly once a month I'll be giving it a monthly update, checking on the optimization, the speed, that sort of thing, and the security of it. Um, but for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to log into the admin side and be able to change some text or a picture. And while I'm happy to just do that anytime you ask me to, it's handy for you to know how to do it yourselves as well. And you might find it more expedient to do a few sort of small changes yourself rather than come to me. So this is the way you do it. You go to the end of your URL, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to open another browser up. So I've got this browser here. This is Chrome. Let me open up Firefox and drag Firefox in here as well. And what I'm going to do is I'll log in on one browser and then I'll flip from one to the other to sort of like show you any changes. It makes it quicker for me. So what you do is you go to the end of your URL and then type in /wp-admin. I will have sent over a username and email address for you to use, and also a password. It will be in a link from WordPress. So when you see the link come in, you click on the link and that will allow you to log into the website. It will also give you a chance to change your password if you want. It will insist on a secure password. That's simply because websites are pretty secure these days. But one of the ways that people can get in is on weak passwords. They run robots on websites, and it will just try and guess as many passwords as possible until it gets a success and logs in. So if you are going to change the password, make it a difficult one, and that will stop that from happening. At the moment, it's very, very secure. So I'm going to log in, and here we are. The very first thing you come to, I'm looking at the left-hand side here, this is the admin panel, is the posts. So I hover over posts, click all posts. And what we get on all posts is nothing. And that's because the posts is the blogging part of the website, and we haven't set a blog up on the website yet, although it is there should we decide to. Go down to the next one, which is media. Let's have a look at media. So in the media file, you get all the images that have been uploaded into the website and are on pages. So when you add an image to a page, it goes into the media library, and then from the media library, it's shared to that page. And let me click on an image, just any image. I've got this one here, this little pooch, and it tells you what the size is here, the dimensions. If you are uploading any images to the website, try and keep them under 2000 pixels in width or height, the longer length. The longer length shouldn't be more than 2000 pixels. And that's because having really large images on a website can slow the website down. And so try and keep the images of a fair, 2000 pixels is actually quite a large image. Well, yeah, 2000 pixels is 4 times the size of that image almost. So that's that, and then we have an alternative text here, and the alternative text is text that you use to describe what the image is of, and that's because search engines, they don't actually know what that image is. They can't read images, they're not that smart yet, but they will know what this image is because I've given it an alt text and because it also is reading the title. So both of those things together help search engines work out what image is on that page, which in turn helps with your page optimization, because if someone does a search in Google, it's looking for pages that will match that search. And if it sees a page that's got a bunch of blank images on there, or images that haven't got this filled out, it will assume that it'll know what the page is about because it will read the text on the page. But because it's uncertain about the images, you may not get as high a ranking as you would if you actually told Google that This is the text on the page, and this is what the images are on this page are of as well. So that kind of helps with your optimization. Enough of that, I'll close that down now. So those are the images on the page. Now the pages themselves, if you go to pages here, and we click on hover over all pages, and when I click on all pages, it shows me all the pages that are on the website. And there are a lot of them. Which one am I going to go to? I'm going to go into one. I'm going to go into the restyling page to show you a little bit about how to edit that page. So basically adding text, adding images, and that sort of thing. This will pop up first of all because it will explain to you what a block editor is. I'm showing you what a block editor is right now, so I'm going to close that down. I don't need that. But essentially what a block editor is that all of your parts of your pages are split. If you can see, there's a blue line that appears over there, and there are little kind of plus arrows, this blue line there, and those are blocks. They are block areas that you can edit. So this is a block area, that's a block area, this down below is a block area. And you can see these blocks by clicking these three buttons at the top here. It shows you how the page is structured. So this top row it's a row layout, and underneath it is split into two sections, left and right. And I click this little chevron and it opens up and it tells me that this left hand side one has a header, it has paragraphs and a button. The right hand side one has an image. So I can go into any of these particular sections. I can just click in the box and I can change what's in that box. And at the moment I've gone right to the end. I can close this down now. Actually, that was just to show you how the page is structured. But I can go right to the end of any block and I can click enter. And the moment I do that, a new block is created. And you can see it, actually, if we go back to here again, you see that's a paragraph block now. So that a new paragraph block's been created. But I can change this paragraph block to anything I want by clicking this plus button. And I can change it to an image block, in which case I can drop an image in there, and I'll drop a gallery in there, all sorts of things. What I'm going to do is actually, I'm just going to type in some text. So this is more text, just for an example. And the reason I've typed that in is because at the moment we've got two paragraphs of text. In terms of sort of search engines, that's really not helping search engines out. So that they need a bit more information, they need a bit more content on a page in order to rank it particularly well. So what I would say is add a bit more information onto this page here, flesh it out a little bit, and that will improve how it appears in search engines. Ideally, you should be looking at 200 to 300 words. I mean, some people say 300 words is kind of about the minimum. So we're quite a way short here. So add a bit more text onto here. And for the moment, I'm just typing this in more text. I'm going to delete this because I don't want it there. But for now, let me just save it. So whenever you add anything to a page, you go up to the update button and click update. Now let me flip over to the other browser so you can have a look how it's looking this side. And if I go to styling, there you go, this is the more text. So that's how easy it is. The moment you add a new paragraph block, that's what happens. Now, if you were to follow my instructions, add 300 words there, you'd probably get to about sort of like a couple of hundred here, and we'd probably have to create another row in order to. I think some of your pages have more than. Oh, there you go. The downsizing one. You see that one's got sort of like a row there, and a row here with the picture reversed. We don't want that there actually either, do we? So I'm going to take that out in a second as well. So I'll go into downsizing in a moment and show you how to get rid of that stuff. So go back to my other browser. This image, if I want to replace this image, I can click on it here. As you can see at the left here, this is the alternative text in here. So really this alternative text should be sort of like styling or restyling, because that might be a word, mightn't it, that people search, because I'm just basically thinking about the things that people go to this page and search for. Yeah, restyle there, you see, because I want the images to say restyling and styling, and also tell it it's a dog with a picture in the picture, and I'm going to click update there. So I'll leave that in there, but I'm going to delete this out. Going back to this, I could replace this image by clicking replace, and I can upload it directly from my computer, and in which case it will upload a picture into the media library, which we discussed before, and then it will get shared with this page. Or I can open the media library up, and still in the upload bit, so this is the media library here, and I can change what's on that page, like that. And this is a similar ratio, similar dimension as the one with the dog on there, so it's not going to look too sort of incongruous. If I'd sort of like put a massive image here, which was in landscape, it would look daft. So always try and kind of keep the ratios of the images together. The width here of this bit here, this area here, is about 1200 pixels, 1200 pixels. So your image needs to be about 600, 650, 700 pixels in width to sort of fill that out. I wouldn't use a massive image on here, because if you try and put a massive image on this page, it will slow the page down a bit. So try and keep the images on this page to about sort of 600, 700, 800 pixels. Or let me go back to where it was, because we don't want you on that page, do we? So there's a back button here as well, which if you click, it takes you to the previous state. Click update again. And just below here, so let me just, I'm going to open this up so you can see the structure again, is this other row. Now this other row is, you know where I did it, I said you can do a text block, a paragraph block, or you can do a sort of like an image block, or a button block. Well, this one here is a gallery block. So this actually, if I open this up, section here is actually a gallery. So that's what that is. So if I click on any of this, I can delete things out, or I can move images around the gallery. Or if I click this pencil button, I've got the gallery open here, I can add to the gallery, and I can add anything I like from the media library into this gallery, update the gallery, and you should see that down the bottom of the page there's that. I don't want it. I can either click on this pencil and delete it out, or actually I can just click on this individually and delete it out. In actual fact, that's a lot like that one really, and that seems to repeat. Let me just move that one out. So let's delete that one as well. Okay, so now we're going to click update, and if I flip over to the other browser, that's me and my mum. Not that you wanted to see that, I just realised it was there. And as you can probably tell from that picture, that's quite a while ago. So we'll go back to restyling, and you will see that that other image has been removed out of there. I think it has. Is it still there? Let's refresh. I think it's gone out of there. Should have gone out of there. I did click the update button, didn't I? Okay, so that's that. Now, there was a couple of other things I just saw, wasn't there? And that was on the decluttering one. Or was it? One second. Actually, it was downsizing, wasn't it? So I'm looking for the downsizing thing. It's the downsizing page. Go onto it. And as you can see, this she wasn't downsizing. Then let's go back. Click the back button. I think it's actually organising house move and downsizing. That was the one, wasn't it? There you go. So organising there, downsizing, go down to here, and there's a bit of it. This has been pulled in because that's what the name of that the photograph was in the background. It's the meta data on that photo has just got pulled through. So I'm just going to delete that off, click update, and that's gone. And then if we see this here and we reload it, gone. So very briefly, the way this page is set up, it's the same as the other page. Let me just show you the structure again. It's got two rows. It's got a row here. Well, the other one had two rows, but the other one a gallery in the second row. This has got two rows that are both split into two, a left-hand side and a right-hand side. And the way these rows are created are, let me just go to the, I'm going to go to the very beginning here, and I'm going to hit enter. By doing that, I've automatically created myself a plus button. So I click on plus, and then I can type in row, because I know this is a row block that I need to start with, but you can't see it here. But it is a row block, so I can type the row in here. And so I start off with a row block, like that, and it says how many columns? I want 2. So we've got a left and a right, and now I put the, let's have the image, so an image block here, so I click on the plus button and add an image from the media library, and let's do this one here, and then click the plus one here. I want to start off with a header, not a paragraph. So there's a heading, but there are 2 headings on this website. So if you type in heading now, you get this blue H, which is in the advanced header block. And I always use this blue header block because the blue header block, you get lots of extra things you can do with it. So let's just do header for a start. It automatically creates itself as an H2, which is probably right. So, mid-page, it'll create itself as an H2 header. Headers run from H1 to H6. H1 being the biggest, H2 sort of the next one down, that sort of thing. So there's the header. But because I've added because it's the blue one, I get all this other things that I can do to this header. Not that you're going to want to, because you want your pages to look pretty sort of similar, in terms of styling. You don't want it to look like kind of a licorice all sort, but it does give me the option of sort of like maybe adding backgrounds, setting borders on things, text shadows, setting an icon, lots of things you can do when you actually do that. And in actual fact, the blocks themselves, any block that you select, so let me just select this right-hand side block, I can set the background colors on, I can set the, I can do a background image, all sorts of stuff. So that's the kind of power of having these blocks, because when you create a block within a block, you get this option of sort of it saying, what sort of block do you want to add? You might not know all the blocks that are available, but if you click this browse all, it shows you them all there. So these are all the blocks that you could use on your website, including sort of like video blocks, logos, that sort of thing. So, some of these things I've never used, to be honest with you. Testimonials block, I've used that before, but yeah, so you can create your own little testimonials and that sort of thing. I mean, I'm happy to do that stuff for you because it can be a bit fiddly, but that's just to show you kind of what blocks do. Anyway, I don't want to save any of that, so I'm now going to just jump out of that page and leave it. So that's more or less the introduction done. Just a couple of things left to show you. If we do look at the home page again, if we do look at the website again, you will see that the home page has a big image across the top, and that big image is a slider, and that slider is located here. So there is a slider here that is included on the page. This is where that slider was created, in this here. So this is the slider dashboard there. That's the front page slider. The headers and footers, they are all can be edited from going into appearance and widgets. Headers and footers are actually called widgets. I don't, well, there is some explanation, but it's a daft one. It should be just called, it should be a separate section, I think. But you go into widgets, tells you it's a block thing again. Footer widget 1, click on it, is that. Footer widget area 2 is that. And if we go here down the bottom, footer area 1, footer area 2, footer area 3. That's what they all are. Okay, so that'll give you a quick overview, and I will speak to you soon.